Alrighty, this is the people of the state that are being prosecuted while they're stalking on the roads and the highways. Fake moon moves as I move. This is the same psychopathic pacing. And the entity is doing so at the Stater Brothers. This is P.O.C. These are gang members. They're stalking together, and this is mentally ill behavior. This is sick conduct. They also are sex offenders molesting and targeting together. 8 Nancy 81119. These are vagina monitors. They engage in ambushing your genitalia together. They're sex offenders. License 7 Paul 50814. And they're gang members that are watching me document them, and they are together ganging up on where I go, and they engage in this ambush conduct together. Oh, she just documented it, so we're gonna go get her over. This is the type of conduct that they're engaged in. Demons aren't talking about it. They're just engaging in it. And you'll see that as I document. And then they engage in acting. And as I document, and then they engage in acting. And as I document, and they engage in acting. This is the entity that's the evidence of what I just documented, which all of this is. This is the evidence of Omnitrans targeting me. This is the evidence of Omnitrans engaging in targeted harassment. And I'm going to prosecute them. I'm not just taking all the money. I'm not just going to make sure that that company doesn't exist. I'm going to criminally prosecute them. They're going to prison for the things that they're engaging in because it is in furtherance of murder. The entities engage in what is crossing the street with the planes, following with the fake moon, which is the case when I'm aboard Omnitrans, and then those demons who are idiotic engage in what is admittedly targeting by then crossing path with me and not permitting me to get on the bus where I'm a paying patron, and you're targeting me. This is the evidence of all of that. They're stalking on the roads and the highways like psychopaths and pacing all around, and then they go into buildings like the grocery store and they're stalking inside of the grocery store. Okay, the employees are engaging in what is stalking in and around the bathrooms while they obsess and salivate over my vagina, and they're watching their prosecution on the internet while they engage in this. This is the conduct that they're engaging on the side of the street. It's not different because it's in the parking lot. This is that mentally ill behavior, and they're going to be federally prosecuted for it. Stater Brothers is a very heavily documented terrorist. These are sex offenders, the one that works in the produce, engaging in sexual assault and battery together with their co-defendant. And this is all the conduct of the airport. The airport's non-existent. They're stalking me at 2 o'clock in the morning. So are the people of the state. 7VDL168, sex offender. And so is the employees. They're going to, this is systematic monitoring. So that's prison. All right. The sex offenders that like to routinely, as I come and you're working, you're going to prison. All right. POC 8YNS081, sexual assault and battery. License 9 Thomas Uncle Henry 922, sexual assault and battery. They're all stalking with the airport. That's in furtherance of murder. They're inside of the grocery store being documented automatically, okay? The dirty demon that likes to stalk at the library, following to the grocery store, engage in that pattern of conduct, you know what he's doing, okay? He does it while he's covered in dirt. 6YDN858, CLA4XN, Arizona, 4KRF259. This is the pattern of conduct, and these are demons that are stalking with light. None of this is random. None of this is constitutionally protected either, and it's all demonic. All right, this is touching with engineer light. Like the fake sun is relevant with regard to the illusion regarding engineer light. They're monitoring. And so is Stater Brothers. And his name is David Quinones. He's going to be federally prosecuted. He's being prosecuted right now. This is POC. This is the Ontario Village Shopping Center, which shares the pattern of conduct in city of Fontana. And then the city of Pomona, where they're stalking with light. POC, demons that are monitoring you in furtherance of murdering you. And that's a very serious federal case as terrorists. And terrorists are going to be stripped down with regard to any and everything concerning their so-called lives. This is the pattern of conduct in the state of California, the city of Ontario in particular, is going to be made an example of with regard to terrorists and how they are going to be acknowledged under federal law. Okay? This impunity, it's noted. This is POC. It is currently 6:01 a.m. This is sexual assault and battery, stalking, conspiracy to murder by Stater Brothers, and then all the people of the state that are aiding in that. POC, it's a federal RICO case. Pay attention to the plane activity because they're stalking. This is an employee. That's the African-American male monitoring while the entity's stalking by with the planes. Crossing path, doing so. Remember when the fake sun is here, the engineer light here, it's the same POC. And then you have Salvador Gomez that's asking questions that you know the answer to. He's going to prison. These are the unintelligent demons. They're pacing in engineer light. Pacing in engineer light. You see this? While the entity is stalking by planes. This is the POC. They're going to prison. Every malicious syllable uttered is already on the record while they're engaging in this pattern of conduct, and they're unintelligent, very unintelligent. They're merely violent sex offenders, vagina monitors, obsessing by being in the path, using commercial devices. These are homosexual predators that are obsessed with my vagina. They're engaging in what is trying to get as close to my disrobed person as possible while they're stalking. POC 8EEY240 51180J4. MIA 863, documented systematically. Okay, this old geezer, she's going to be going to prison. Her and her chins and her wrinkles. She's going to prison. I'm documenting. As you capture the license plates, they're going to prison. This is POC. Simple as that. Terrorists are going to prison in 2026, United States. This is domestic terrorism, and they're going to be locked up. POC.